What if I told you that time travel might already exist? What if, right now, someone from the future is watching you? Scientists have long debated whether traveling through time is possible. Some believe it's just science fiction. But what if I told you there are real scientific theories that suggest time can be bent, manipulated, and even reversed? And the craziest part? We may already be experiencing time travel without even realizing it. Today, we'll explore 10 of the most shocking time travel theories, from Einstein's groundbreaking equations to mysterious cosmic forces, paradoxes, and even the idea that time itself might be an illusion. 1. Einstein's theory of relativity, the science of time travel. In 1905, Albert Einstein introduced the theory of relativity, which completely changed our understanding of time. According to Einstein, time is not fixed, it stretches, bends, and warps. When an object moves at near light speed, time slows down for it. If an astronaut traveled at 99% the speed of light, they could experience just a few years while centuries pass on Earth. 2. Time dilation, the real-time travel we experience. You don't need a time machine to travel through time, it's already happening around us. One of the most famous experiments proving time dilation was conducted in 1971, called the Half-Keating experiment. Scientists placed two super-precise atomic clocks on jet planes and kept one on the ground. The planes then flew around the world at high speeds. When the clocks were compared after the flight, something amazing happened. The clocks on the jets were slightly behind the one on the ground. Even GPS satellites experience time dilation every day. The clocks on GPS satellites move a few microseconds faster than clocks on Earth due to weaker gravity in orbit. If we didn't correct for this, GPS locations would be completely inaccurate. Now, let's take time dilation to an extreme level: black holes. According to general relativity, the stronger the gravity, the slower time moves. Since black holes have an insanely strong gravitational pull, time moves much slower near them compared to Earth. Remember the scene from Interstellar where the astronauts land on a planet orbiting a black hole? For them, only 1 hour passed, but when they returned to their ship, they found that 23 years had passed for the astronaut who stayed behind. 3. Wormholes, cosmic shortcuts in spacetime. Imagine a tunnel that connects two distant points in space and time. This is called a wormhole, a theoretical passage through spacetime that could allow instant travel. A wormhole could connect two different times, the past and future. If one side of the wormhole moves at near light speed, it could create a time machine. The moment something tries to pass through, they could collapse instantly, trapping or destroying anything inside. Some scientists believe we might be able to keep a wormhole open using exotic matter, a strange type of material that has negative energy. This negative energy could push the walls of the wormhole apart, keeping it stable long enough for time travel. 4. The twin paradox, a mind-bending time travel experiment. Imagine you and your identical twin are the same age. One of you stays on Earth, living a normal life, while the other boards a spaceship traveling near the speed of light. Decades later, when the traveling twin returns, something shocking has happened. The twin who stayed on Earth has aged significantly, while the one who traveled in space has barely aged at all. How is this possible? Welcome to the mind-bending world of the twin paradox. 5. The Bootstrap paradox, a mind-bending time loop. Imagine you invent a time machine and travel back to the past with a book containing all of Shakespeare's plays. You hand it to Shakespeare before he writes them. He publishes the book, and history records him as the greatest playwright ever. But, if he got the plays from you, and you got them from his book in the future, then who actually wrote them? This is the Bootstrap paradox, a strange time travel paradox where something exists without ever being created. This paradox suggests that time might not move in a straight line, but instead could be a loop. 6. Cosmic strings, Time travel using the universe's threads. Imagine the universe as a vast fabric. Now, picture ultra-thin, high-energy threads stretched across space, like wrinkles left behind from the Big Bang. These are cosmic strings, remnants of the earliest moments of our universe, and they could hold the key to time travel. However, scientists never found cosmic strings, and the energy required for such travel was beyond human capability. Despite the challenges, some experts hoped that future discoveries might have proven the existence of cosmic strings and their connection to time travel. The many worlds theory: every decision creates a new timeline. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you made a different choice in life? What if another version of you exists in a parallel universe right now? According to the many worlds theory, every time you make a choice, the universe splits into multiple realities. In one, you choose option A, while in another, you choose option B. Both universes exist simultaneously, but you only experience one of them. This idea comes from quantum mechanics, where tiny particles can exist in multiple states at the same time. Some scientists believe this doesn't just apply to particles, but to entire universes. Let's connect this to time travel. If someone were to go back in time, instead of changing their past, they would simply create a new universe where their actions lead to a different future. That means no paradoxes. If a time traveler prevents their own birth, they wouldn't disappear. Instead, they would have just created a timeline where they were never born, while their original timeline remains unchanged. The many worlds theory completely changes how we think about time travel and alternate realities. But is it real? Right now, we don't have proof that parallel universes exist, but scientists are looking for clues. 8. The grandfather paradox: can you change the past? Imagine you build a time machine and travel back in time. You find your grandfather before he meets your grandmother, and for some reason, you stop them from ever getting together. But wait, if they never met, that means your parents were never born. And if your parents weren't born, then how could you have traveled back in time in the first place? This is called the grandfather paradox, a famous time travel mystery. If you change the past in a way that erases your own existence, then how did you even go back in time to make that change? Some scientists believe the universe prevents paradoxes. Maybe something always happens to stop you, like your time machine breaking down or events unfolding differently than expected. Others believe that instead of changing your own timeline, you create a new, alternate timeline where your grandfather never met your grandmother, but your original timeline stays the same. The simulation hypothesis: are we just a program? What if everything around you, your life, your memories, even time itself, is just part of a computer program? Sounds like science fiction, right? But some scientists believe it could actually be true. The simulation hypothesis suggests that our universe might be like a giant video game, running on an advanced computer. If that's the case, then time might not be real. It could just be a feature of the program, controlled by whoever or whatever created it. Just like in a video game, time in our world might be able to pause, speed up, or even rewind without us noticing. Some researchers argue that if a civilization advanced enough, they could create a simulation so detailed that the people inside it wouldn't know they were in a simulation. And if that's possible, how do we know we're not already inside one? 10. Quantum immortality: do you ever really die? What if you could never truly die? What if every time something dangerous happens to you, there's a version of you that survives? This idea is called quantum immortality. It comes from the many worlds theory, where every choice creates a new reality. According to this theory, in some of these alternate universes, you might die, but in others, you might survive. So, instead of dying, your consciousness shifts to the version where you made it through. Imagine being in a car accident, and in one reality, you don't make it. But in another universe, you do survive, and you continue living in that timeline. This idea suggests that your consciousness could never truly end because there's always another reality where you keep going. Of course, this is just a theory, and we don't have any evidence of this happening. But it makes you wonder, if every decision creates a new reality, do we ever really die, or do we just keep shifting into new lives? Each of these theories really shows just how strange and mysterious the universe can be. So, which one of these time travel theories do you find the most mind-blowing? Do you think time travel could really exist, or is it all just science fiction? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.